How to apply for a work permit in Canada in 6 steps. First, look into the application processing times. The amount of processing time is affected by where you have applied. To ensure that the process is expedited, you can make certain that all the appropriate information is filled out on your application. Inform the visa office of any changes to the information on your application. Submit clear and legible photocopies and documents. Submit certified English or French translations of documents if necessary, or apply from a country where you are a citizen or a permanent resident. At the same time, if it is necessary for the visa office to take extra steps when dealing with your application, then the processing time will be extended. This could happen if your application indicates criminal or security issues, your family situation is vague due to an event such as divorce or an incomplete adoption, or an unresolved child custody situation. The local visa office needs to confer with other citizenship and immigration officers in Canada or in other countries, or if a medical examination is necessary. Second step is to acquire an application package. Prior to filling in the application, you'll need the following: a written job offer from your employer, evidence that you meet the job requirements, such as proof of a specific level of education or past work experience, a positive labour market opinion on your job issued by Human Resources and Social Development Canada, if the job necessitates one. Ensure that your employer will get their HRSDC opinion and then send it to you. Keep in mind that a positive opinion will not guarantee that you will receive a work permit. When your job does not necessitate an HRSDC opinion, you will need a valid passport or travel document that will prove your identity and attest that you are eligible to return to the country where it was issued. You'll also need evidence of your present immigration status for the country in which you are applying if you are not a citizen of that country. Your employer will send the labour market opinion confirmation letter to you once they receive confirmation that you can be offered a job. You are then required to submit the job offer along with your application. The third step is to choose where your application will be submitted. Your application must be submitted to your local visa office. You must have legal status in the country from where you're submitting. In step 4, you need to know how to apply for a temporary visa as well. Aside from meeting the requirements for a work permit, it is necessary to meet the general requirements for entering Canada if you plan to work in the country. As a result, it might be necessary to have a passport and a temporary resident visa. You are not required to apply separately for a temporary resident visa if you need one, nor is a separate fee necessary. The visa will be issued along with the documentation you need for entering Canada if your work permit is approved. You will not need a passport or temporary resident visa if you are a citizen or permanent resident of the US, Greenland, or St. Pierre et Miquelon. However, you would be required to produce a proof of citizenship or permanent residence. Step 5 is to pay the appropriate processing fee. A work permit application requires a non-refundable fee you can usually pay in your local currency. Visit your local visa office's website for more information, such as how to pay your fee. The final step is to send in your application form. Ensure that your form is complete, including a signature and date, and include all the proper documents and fees. If it is not properly completed, or if anything is missing, the application will be returned. There is more than simply knowing how to apply for a work permit in Canada. You might need help with the application itself. Remember, the application processing fee is non-refundable, so the application needs to be right the first time. There are lots of details you must make sure to include, and if information is incomplete or incorrect, the application will be denied and returned to you. Enlist the help of someone who can take you through the steps and help you complete the forms properly. An experienced immigration lawyer offers this valuable service. If you need help with your immigration application, get a professional immigration lawyer to help you by visiting www.canadianimmigration.co.